What's going on, everybody? Actually, I wanted to do this earlier in the week, but I had got called out to Knoxville to go do some work, so. That's not a lot of cons, considering. It looks good though. I think a lot of that is magnetic too. So. I haven't went through it, but I have seen some gold in there just from transferring it. A lot of the saprolite and the shifts I was digging down into in that decomposing bedrock, there's a lot of magnetics in there, quite a bit actually. But the difference today is instead of running a cleanup sluice and doing it that way, we're going to run the blue bowl. And the reason why I haven't used the blue bowl in the past is because I needed a classifier that I could classify it down into different sizes. That's what I have them labeled in these containers. So we'll probably pan out the two courses, and then the other two are more fine. We'll run them through the blue bowl. Try it out anyway. I've always wanted to really give the blue bowl a fair shake. Quite a bit of magnetics in there. Which just means that we were on the heavies. Good thing. Normally that site doesn't have that much magnetics. It has some, but. We get close to 0.2 out of this, it'll be a success. If we just get anywhere close to 0.2. Doesn't have to be 0.2, but close to it. There's gold right there. There's gold right there. See, gold right there. And there's gold right there. Cool. But I'm demagnetizing all of it before classifying it, because I'm going to classify it with the gold cube, golden rule. and then it has the screens that'll classify it down, and then we'll run it through the blue bowl. Quite a bit of magnetics in there for the lost line stuff. All right. Just to get safety. No, I haven't cleaned up this way before, so this is all going to be kind of new. I did play around with the classifier a little bit. We're going to start off with the 16 mesh. Makes it easier to pour it in the jug. Do about half of that. Screw. Before, all I would ever use is the kitchen strainer, and that's it. This way, this classifies it down all the way down to 100 mesh, which is really, really fine. And I do have Talenti Gelato canisters, and they're bigger than the ones that come with the classifier. But there's not that much cons for 2 days of running, so I'm not really used to that. Not having to deal with so much cons. The coarse, I'm gonna pan out the coarse stuff. I'll have to forgive the noise in the background. The landscapers are here doing what they do. I would normally have about 2 of these full of cons. Hey, Toots. One more time, I think we'll do the coarse. Be interesting to see if there's anything in this course. That's the 16. Now we're going to go down to 30 mesh on that. We'll run through this. We'll pan the 2 courses out. The 2 fines we'll run in a blue bowl. So this is going to be the 30. Yeah. Sounds right. Now everything that falls through this screen should be 30 mesh. So real fine. Wow. No, this is 30 in here. I had to, I had to second guess myself for a second. This is 30. This is 30. This is 30. Got it. Yeah, we need some coffee and donuts in this camp. Was trying to get this done in the beginning of the week, but I got called out to Knoxville on a job. Make sure I don't dump it in the wrong one. I have to start over. That's 30 mesh. That's the 30. Got enough cups for sitting around for some coffee. All right, 30 is done. We got 30. Next is 50. Yeah, 50 mesh. How much do you think we'll get, Melise? What are you thinking? .81. Yeah, I wish. Over half a gram, that would be world record setting. I'm hoping for .18. If I get .2, that would be really good, but I'm thinking .18 maybe. Just because there's so little cons. If I had triple this much, then it would be different, but. Because normally when we go out there for the day and come home and clean up, we're usually pulling about .12, .14. I just reversed that again. I don't remember if I did or not. I did. That's 50 mesh. It's not 50 mesh. Hard to keep it all straight. Guess I'll get better at it later, the more I do it. Half a gram, you think so? I don't think so. I think we're maybe, if we get a quarter of a gram, that would be incredible, but I'm thinking a little less than a quarter. Only because where I was digging out that cut, I've worked some of that already, so. Mesh. 50 mesh is done. Now 100 mesh. So that's like talcum powder. It's called a golden rule, and it's basically, instead of using a kitchen strainer, how I've been classifying it, has different classification screens. So you go from largest to smallest. So we're separating out everything out into finer and finer materials, so it's all equal. And then we're going to run it through a what's called a blue bowl instead of through the sluice. That's the name of the game anyway. That's what we're trying for, but it's all maiden voyage. But instead of using the kitchen strainer to classify the material, two separate classifications, we're separating it four classifications. 16 mesh, 30 mesh, 50 mesh, and 100 mesh. And right now we're down to the 100 mesh. Yeah. Well, the reason why I haven't used the blue bowl is because I didn't have classifiers other than a kitchen strainer, and it ain't enough classification to make a blue bowl work correctly theoretically. So today I want to give it a decent shot just to see. Well, that's some real powdery stuff down the bottom of that. Holy smokes. That's 100 mesh. That's 100 mesh. I think I got it mixed up. It's hard to keep track of it. I don't have enough coffee. I poured my 50 in there, and I was supposed to pour this in there. This is 50. I needed to pour this in there. That's what I needed in there. we'll get the pan in once I get this done. Get the blue bowl running. Super fine. All right, there's our 100. This is sub 100. Don't sneeze, that's like powder. All right. So we got 150, 30. The plus, that's even finer. So that's even finer than 100. Below 100 is what's in here. All right, so let me get you guys moved over here. We're gonna pan out the 2 courses. We'll do pan out the 2. I think we can pan out to 30. I think that'll be all right. Actually, you know, before I even do that, let's run through this one more time with the magnetics. Just a couple of pieces in there. See a piece of gold already. That's in the big stuff. Right there. Looks good. We like it in the real big stuff. It's cool. Oh yeah. Actually, I'll show that too. Yeah, look at this. This is cool. Let me flip this around. How do I do this? What am I gonna do? Oh, here we go. Check that out. I just moved those off to the side. We got 2 big chunkies. That's in all this plus. We haven't even went through this yet. Like it. That's really cool. It's rare we get the big stuff. It's real rare we get the big stuff. Decent flakes. Oh,
pan the rest of this out just to be sure. Two pieces in the plus. That's kind of a record, because usually it's rare we find one piece. To find two nice chunks in there. Oh, there's another piece right there too.
It's kind of coarse piece, but I might as well show it to you since we're in here.
See it right in there. Of course, the zoom doesn't work very well, but that's a nice little chunky in there too.
3 pieces, that's a record.
We like that. All right, now I'm gonna put you guys over to the bin. We'll start panning some of this out.
Make sure there's no big chunky. All right, hold on. Yeah, that's sweet. 3 pieces, wow. For my camp. All right, let's see. I think that. All right. Let us see.
This will pan pretty quick since it's so coarse.
Yeah, when you can see them, that's a good thing. Normally we don't see it. We got to put the old man eyes on to see stuff, especially when it comes out of there. It's real rare to get chunky stuff like that in Georgia. I know out in California and Idaho Ohio, those guys out there get some really nice chunky gold. Alaska. I'm just gonna take my time with this coarse real quick. Roll it back. Two shotgun pellets there. Some really coarse black sand, like black material in there. Probably magnetite, but we pulled most of it out. Ah, it's a lot of shotgun pellet. Oh gosh, there's another nice chunk. Yeah, we got gold in here, guys. Yo. Yeah. We got gold in there still. That wasn't all of it. Oh my God.
I'm not used to having this much gold in the plus. Used to having gold in the plus, not like that. We'd get one piece, we'd be doing good. I don't think I'll ever break this record, not in the plus anyway. A lot of shotgun pellets. I like pulling my shotgun pellets out. Just because when I get rid of the material, I don't want to dump it back in the ground. I mean, it's lead. I'm just gonna grab them while I can. While they're showing themselves. I mean, you probably can't get all of it, but it's a lot of shotgun pellets, wow. And they've been in there a long time because they're like whitish color from corrosion. I think we broke a record on shotgun pellets too. There's just a ton of them in there. Could almost reload a shot shell with it. We got gold right here. There's a piece of gold right there. Look at that chunker. That's pretty nice too.
Get mine. There it is.
That's a nice chunky. Guys, there's just so many shotgun pellets. I've never seen that many. I usually don't get that many. I get a few, but not like that. There's still more in there. But I know I was digging down that bedrock, that bench, that bedrock's real soft. So I'm scraping it, dang. There's nice couple of nice chunkies right there. There's one. There's two. Look at that. Two nice ones right there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Not used to that. Especially when you're talking pieces this size, you never see something like it's rare. It's rare to see gold this size in Georgia. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I mean, I know the guys who dredge and stuff probably get stuff like this, but people that are small like me to get size chunks like that and that many in the plus, that's crazy. That's crazy. More shotgun pellets. God, see another piece of gold. How many did we get so far? Oh my God, there's another piece right there. There's another piece. That's nuts. Shotgun pellets. We were definitely in the heavies because I mean, how coarse a lot of this chunky black material is black, what they call black sand, but all the shotgun pellets in here, that means we were down into where the heavies were sitting in that cut. Shotgun pellet. Wow. Wow. I've never had that many shotgun pellets. Never had that many shotgun pellets. Another piece of gold. Look at that. Right there. Flaky. That's cool. God almighty. Shattering records today. I knew it was going to be okay. I didn't think it was going to be this good, though, because I was seeing it in the mat, but I wasn't, like, really checking it too hard. And I wasn't expecting to have this much in the course. Oh, is that another piece, or is that... What is that? No. It looked like if that's... No, that's not. Some of that black material, you see how chunky that is. That's why we're getting the big chunky gold, because we've got the big chunky black material. All right. Well, the course is done. I'm scared to keep going. We'll catch up on the chat. Not a member? Yeah. I use both gold claws religiously. I have the smaller little pocket one that I usually use to clean up with. But generally, you know, I use a Miller table. Today I'm going to do something different and run a blue bowl. And that's why I classified the 3 different ways. All right, so the next one we're going to do, gang, we're going to pan is going to be the 30 mesh. That's just the next step up coarser. And I was thinking about doing this in the Falcon pan, actually. I'll do it in the gold cloth. Falcon's good for finer stuff. So this is the 30 mesh classified. The other 2 classifications where I'm going to set up the blue bowl and we'll just run it. And I made a mistake already. I should have run my magnifier through this first. My magnet through it. Just to get the finer magnetics out of it. Yeah, when it comes to the gold claw pan, as my test pan, when I'm doing test panning and I'm prospecting, it's the only pan I use. It's just so fast. It's just not big enough to process material in, even though it's faster. It's just a lot more, you know, because it only holds roughly a shovel full of material. But profile-wise, how fast it is, nothing beats it, you know, that I have. And I got several different types of pans. I'll catch up on chat here in a second. I got you guys pointing downwards so you can see me panning this out. Gold showing up right in there, you see it? I don't know, did I get it in there? There it is. Hey, all things. What I use is my production pan is called the Pyramid Pro Pan. For the clay and everything, trap right here, pull the trap, and do it several times before pulling the plug and dropping out. But that's my production, a gold claw production pan, just for the sake, since I use gold. Get you guys back down here so we can finish this pan out. We're in the goods. We're in the goods. I mean, I could quit right now and be happy. All the coarse we pulled out of that's crazy. All right, let's pan this back now. Doing it this way just because I want to try to capture as much as we can. I've about wore this gold claw out, this pan here. The Maverick pan does really well too. Just double check my tailing down here real quick. Dip and lift just to make sure. If we got anybody in chat who's well versed in blue bowls, today is my first day of actually giving it a fair run. I got 2 more classifications to do. This is just the coarse stuff here. But I'm shocked at how much less cons, like how dense the cons are, but how little cons are. I did 5 cleanups total over those 2 days. Piece of gold showing right there. I think that's gold, or is it? No. No, I can break it with my fingernail. Nope. But such little cons, and I'm so used to having to clean up so often that I come home with just a truckload of cons to go through, and to not have that is kind of wild. There's a nice piece right there. I'll probably pick that up with a tweezer. Or not. Get too bold. God, the gold in there. Wow. And we ain't even down to the fine stuff yet. And I know that most mats will pick up the big stuff, but I was either capturing real fine stuff and not capturing the big stuff, where I was capturing the bigger stuff, but I was losing a lot of fines. Most of the time I was losing a lot of fines. And now it's like I'm capturing everything no matter how much I run through it. Like I don't have to stop and you know, it's not loading up so fast, and that's just cool to me. God, this is gonna be a nightmare to get out. That's a lot. It's my fault for not demagnetizing this even further. I should have. It's just like, it sits right on top of that, those heavies. I'm trying to get it down into that corner and sit. This stuff just takes it with it, and that's what's dangerous. And that's the same thing that happens in a sluice riffle, is these heavies like this, if it doesn't clear correctly, it just takes it right down with it. I'm just gonna have to snuffer bottle it, I think. So I don't think the blue bowl will clear this. It's full of gold in here, guys. You can see it, it's all in here. Wish I could grab it with the tweezer, but it's kind of small. That piece I got. Another piece. Drop them, that's a problem. It's full of gold in there, God almighty. That's crazy. The contrast of this blue on this pen is just better against the black sands than the black is. it's chunky. Look how chunky that is. Right in there. It's pretty cool that everything is classified to the same size. That makes a huge difference too. Almost there, guys. Then we're gonna set up the blue bowl. Wow, look at that. Too much water in here. Sure makes panning it out easier when it's classified into different classifications. Remember, we're doing the courses here. Now the fines, I know that would be a different ball game altogether, but I'm sure that even panning out the fines, if you didn't have like a blue bowl or whatever, it'd still be easier to classify, demagnetize and classify into different classifications. Because the material doesn't pull the gold away like it does when you don't classify. My piece is like floating. I don't know if it's gold or not. May just be real porous. I'll have to look at it later. I'll stick it in a snuffer bottle just in case, and we'll look at it later. A piece of wiry gold trying to get away from us. That's not terrible. Right there. Terrible at all. For coarse. Get the snuffer bottle set up here. Wow. So heavy it almost didn't want to go up the snuffer bottle tube.
Cool. All right, now for the new part that I'm not used to doing. And I'm gonna catch up on chat here while I set this up. Hey, GS, welcome. Oh yeah, and that was yeah. There's even bigger chunks that we picked out of the really coarse stuff. But I'm gonna set up the blue bowl for the first time. Well, not the first time I played with it before. I'm not used to running the blue bowl. So we're gonna do the 50 in the blue bowl first, and then we're gonna do the 100. My version of setting it up anyway. Yeah. I'm breaking records, GS. Not used to this much gold already. We haven't even gone through usually the finer stuff. I got kind of a little bit of a leak there, but I have been playing around with the level just to get it straight. We'll play with it. I haven't given it a fair shake because all I had was a kitchen strainer. But if you're just coming into the channel, I got the Golden Rule classifier set, the cleanup set that has the 4 different classifications. So I classified everything out. Hey, Joe. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. Yeah. New Highbanker cleanup. This thing is it shattered all my records so far. I'm just gonna hit the demagnet. I'm gonna, even though we ran the spin off on it, I'm gonna do it anyway just to double check my bigger magnet. Of course, there's always going to be some of that real super fine magnetics in there. That's what I want to get rid of. Them off does a pretty good job of getting most of it, but you get down into that super fine talcum powder material. That's the kind of magnetic stuff that competes with the gold. It builds up, sticks together, becomes heavier than gold. Last bit of magnetics out of here. Kind of my maiden voyage of the blue bowl. She's almost a little too much, a little too strong. Gonna knock her down. I want her about a ½ inch below, from what everybody tells me. Pretty good right there. I do have a light on here. I don't know if it'll work good or not, or if you guys will see better or not. Let me see. I need to get this higher. We'll get it. All right, 50 mesh. So we'll do a spiral around. All the light stuff will go in the hole, and all the gold is gonna stay. Theoretically. Should have probably stopped it and then spread it out, but it's all right. It ain't gonna go anywhere. If it misses here, it's still in the tub. We didn't lose anything. But I can see it climbing up. I'm gonna freehand you guys real quick. Hang tight. You start to see it, gold show up right here. It's pulling everything away from the gold. The gold's showing up right there, and it'll swirl right around here. And it's climbing up. All the light stuff is climbing up and into the hole. It's pretty cool. Nice looking gold. Still a lot of black sand in there. But I wanted to try the blue bowl out just to kind of see if I like, how well I like it, I guess. I'm used to doing the miller table. Oops, what did I messed up here? I wonder if I could snuffer bottle that. Trying to get too greedy. Sure doesn't want to move, does it? It's trying to. It's really pulling it off of here. I can see it flowing up. That seems to be about the sweet spot right there. Now all the gold is all clean that's laid in here.
Hey, Glenn. Kind of a maiden voyage of the blue bowl setup. Getting the job done though. Quite a bit of fine gold in there. We still got 100 mesh to go through, and then beyond the 100 mesh, whatever's in that, probably micro dust. I don't know if the light helps or hurts you guys to see what I'm seeing in here. All dotted in there. Nice big chunky piece right in there too. Oh yeah, we see ya, you. Whoa, show. This in the smaller is my normal what I get. So what we put in the snuffer bottle with the tweezers is on, if I find one of those pieces with the tweezer and that real big plus, that's real rare. For us to find 4 or 5 pieces plus all the shotgun pellets that we've gotten, I mean, while this is doing that, I'm gonna grab the shotgun pellets, but that's crazy amount of, that's a record breaking amount of shotgun pellets. Like, straight up. Normally I never find that many. I'll find like maybe 3 or 4, but never this many. Let's see how many shotgun pellets are in there. I picked out of the coarse. But I never find that many shotgun shot. But I was for sure scraping that decomposing bedrock, so. And there were some pockets in there too, you can see in the video, that I was digging down into. But that bank that I showed at the end of the second video, that's gonna produce some nice gold too. I pulled a couple of pans and I was getting several colors per gold claw pan, so that's really good. Hey, Aurora. Oh yeah. We got the 50 mesh in there right now. I still got the 100 and then the minus the 100. But we broke a record on the coarse on the big chunkies. And I'm no pro at the blue bowl. This is actually the first real run I've done with a blue bowl. Yeah, there's a lot of nice gold in there. I want to brush this back, but I don't want to. I want to capture the gold that's already clean. But I'm still seeing a lot of material swirling up around and through there. And if anybody knows more than I do on the blue bowl running, by all means, chime in on chat. Really want to push this all up into the side over here. May have to. I might shut it down and do that, and then snuffer bottle out what's clean, and then take what's in the center and push it out and let it run again. What do you guys think? Because there's gold along the edge, but there's some black sand in there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Get my brush. Just want to get that clean gold that doesn't have any black sand in it. Ah, I didn't get it down in the tube enough. Should use my gold guzzler. I don't know if this is the right thing to do or not. I'm just kind of winging it. All right. Yeah. I know there's somebody that has a super secret blue bowl mat. Need to share the love on. But I'm interested in, so we got the 100 mesh to do yet, right? We got the 100 mesh that's in here we got to do, but I'm interested to see what's in this, how fine that is. We're talking super, super fine. That's below 100 mesh. See, this is the part of the blue bowl that drives me crazy because there's gold, but then there's that black sand that I know I would remove it with the miller table. And going faster doesn't make it climb out of there. Still got gold in here, quite a bit. I'm still a rookie at the blue bowl, guys, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just going off of what I've seen online. I want to see what the fine, how much fines are in here on that 100 mesh. Well, that's going to be interesting. We got most of it though. Not having to stop and clean out all the time, that's huge. So with my Dream Mat and Jarvine riffle and my little mini monster, I was cleaning out, God, all the time, and then having to unbolt everything. It was a process. Now it's just a matter of pulling the mat. And I only cleaned out. I only cleaned out. I didn't have to, is because I changed the battery. The battery, I was a battery change, so I was like, screw it, pull the mat, dunk it, clean out, simple. But there was plenty of room in that V-Ridge mat to keep going without having to clean out. really want to just take what's in there and put it in the miller table. Oh, Aurora, yeah, no, I'm using the DeWalt 20 volt maxes. I got 3 of them, and I'm only good for about 2.5 of those of shoveling, and then I'm done. I'm spent. I can't run anymore. But they're lighter than much lighter to haul around. DeWalt 20 volt max, and then my battery box that I make, and it has the USB and all that jazz. But this is much lighter to tote around than a lead acid battery or a lawnmower battery or whatever. But 3 of these I charge up. I'm good for about 2.5, and after that I can't do anymore. And they're cheap enough. You get the knockoff DeWalt batteries. They're cheap enough on Amazon. You can carry several of them if you want. And if you have a way to charge them, then you just rotate. As you're using one, you have one on the charger, and you just do a rotation, and you can just continuously go. I mean, if I can get a controller to handle it, the Ryobis, the 40 volts, I get a 40 volt controller, but the DeWalt 20 volts do a pretty good job. I know a lot of guys like the blue bowl, but to me it's like watching paint dry to get the gold out. Compared to my miller table where I can just brush it into a vial. I guess each your own. Almost got it. And then we're going to get into that real fine. All right. All right. Let's do the fine. The 100 mesh. Not much. This is what I really want to see, how the blue bowl runs, is on this 100 and finer stuff. Be interesting. The 50 I can almost pan out with the Falcon pan, but it's this 100 and minus that. A lot of fine gold in there. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of fine gold, guys. Holy smokes. In that 100 mesh, I mean, it's right around the cone.
And when I was running, guys, when I was running the Highbanker with that V-ridge mat, I was checking for losses on the tail end of that. And I was getting nothing, not even a microscopic nothing. And I was running it pretty hot. Now, I'm not saying I wasn't losing anything off of the classification side. I mean, of course that can happen, but nothing on the tail end side of that. And I let it run. I just let it eat. I wasn't trying to, I was just letting it do what it does, and it just kept going and checking for losses, and I wasn't getting anything. Push this to the edge one more time, and then we'll just snuffer bottle, and now falcon pan the rest of it, whatever it does. A lot of gold in that right there, fine gold. Does anybody know who owns a blue bowl? Do you put any surface on the bottom with like a light sandpaper or something, or do you leave it smooth? I was just curious to know if there was if you had to season a blue bowl like you do a regular pan. Decent gold in there. I need to seal my snuffer bottle better. Part of me just wants to falcon pan the rest of this. It's so hard. That fine magnetic out of there. The true test that I want to do with the new Highbanker now that I have the V-ridge mat is to, I want to take it down to Yahula Creek up in Dahlonega where there's like, it's the hardest material to run. That literally shuts riffles down. But there I could just run, just shovel straight into it and just let it eat and do what it does.
Snuffer bottles matter. A good snuffer bottle, anyway. This one sucks air no matter what I do. Wants to suck air. That's pretty much most of that. I can hear clinking in the snuffer bottle. That's not normal. Us Georgia, southern Georgia folk, we're not used to hearing clinking in a snuffer bottle. No chattering. Pretty much got it all out of there. Speed it up, see what happens. And then we're going to dump it into the falcon pan. Because this just doesn't move, and that's, when that gets into a riffle system, forget it. It just doesn't move. Now we got the -100 mesh. This is going to be super, super fine. Definitely see that red Georgia, how red it is from Georgia. Last of the Mohicans. Dump her out and take a look.
There's some real micro stuff in there, gang. Wow. Serious micro stuff. Oop. I'm gonna clean the fine stuff really good. So maybe the 100 mesh we should, maybe the 100 mesh we should, or the 50 mesh we should pan out, and the 100 mesh we'll put in the blue bowl. I don't know. Got a nice little ring right in there. Nice. Nice. Whoosh, super fine. Wow. I can't even hardly see it even with the glasses, with my reading glasses. The proof's in the pudding, though. It captures and holds that fine stuff beautifully. It's kind of a bad thing to have OCD though, because it's like you want to get it all. And I know it's not worth anything, but it's like it's there and you see it. It's like you want to put it in your snuffer bottle. Prospectors know what I'm talking about. Small guys anyway. Big mining guys, they'll be like, whatever. But I like the small stuff. When you're capturing that fine of material, that much, that's pretty wild. All right, close enough. Close enough. You guys are off here. We definitely shattered a record today, though, gang. I'm telling you that right now. I already know that. I already know. Just gonna put this back in there. Sudsy, sudsy. I will check this after I'm done streaming, just to see. But I want to change pans because I want to use this as a cleanup pan on the bench so we have more light. The reason why I'm trying this is because all the cleanup systems that I've been using with Dream Mat, I'm always losing, even in the cleanup, no matter what I do. I'm always losing gold. I'm always finding gold in the tailings, and I don't like that. Like when I'm cleaning up, like I want to capture what I've caught. I don't think that there should be losses in a cleanup. That's just me. I get it. But you're spending the effort to go out there and capture it. Get you guys moved over here. Get you guys moved over here. It's pretty good right here.
No, I don't think we're even close to half a gram. There's no way.
I don't think so. I'm still thinking. I'm thinking. I don't know. There's some big pieces in there, though. To be honest with you. But I'm thinking. Did we get the 0.2? Absolutely. I absolutely think we got the 0.2. And I thought we would get close to 0.2, but seeing all those big chunks and all that coarse, yeah, that's different. I'm not used to seeing that. No, this isn't totally clean, guys, so. I still say we're about close to, well, we might be a quarter gram, maybe a quarter.
You can definitely hear it rattling around in there. Something super fine. You guys, just a little sneak peek in there. Pretty good. Looking pretty good. Get some of this residual black out of here. I don't like weighing gold out if it's got a lot of black sand in it, because to me it's not a true weight. I know some people, that chunky just rolled right down in there. Oh yeah, it clanks. That clanks. That's wild. That's the biggest piece I've ever found at the Lost Mine site. Normally I'm only getting a certain specific size. I'm not getting anything that big. But I knew I was down when I made that cut. Like I was really down into that decomposing bedrock. And there's like pockets down in there that's real soft. The bedrock around is real hard, but in that bedrock, it's super black schist and stuff that's got a lot of iron in it. And you saw how much magnetics we pulled out of here, which is uncommon from there too. Yahula usually has a lot of magnetics, but Never lost mine sight. We're gonna float this out of here without losing. The lip of a falcon is different than a regular pan. It's really thin. So when you dip it in the water, it doesn't splash up, which is neat. It's a neat design. The Falcon Gold cleanup pan, very neat design that way. But I put the water up to it and then I pull. I don't try to like smack it down in there where it splashes water up into it. Remember, we're dealing with some seriously super fine gold. Of course, the Miller table works really well too. But so I already have it in the pan. Just floating all that black out of there. Yeah, we may be over 1/4 gram. That's chunky. That's real chunky. I know in the beginning of that bench, when you're at the beginning, you're going to find chunkier gold. And when you get to a tail end, you'll find finer flour gold. But yeah, that's chunky. I'm real curious to open up that bank, open a cut into that bank and take that topsoil off. Because I was getting several decent sized colors per gold claw pan. And I was just barely scratching the surface of that. That's real fine. Wow. I mean, that's, even with reading glasses on, it's hard to see. I'll take the phone off the holder and get you guys a better view. Just be careful, that big stuff wants to fly down there. But that's super nice. That's a piece of here. But you can see, I'm trying to get the glare out of it, but that's some super fine stuff right in there. And this is all super fine too. I mean, we got the chunky bits here, but that's some real super fine, super fine. Let's get that last little bit of black sand out of it, and then we'll dry it out. We'll get away on it, as we do. Ooh. Come on now. Behave. Might be about as good as I'm going to be able to get it without losing so much fine gold. Some of that stuff is round and it just rolls. It doesn't stay put. I just don't want a lot of black sand in there.
Hang on, guys.
Wow. It's incredible how fine a gold depth catches. That V-Ridge, Matt. It's just, I would normally be losing that. I tried the Jarvine riffle. It helps. The Jarvie riffle definitely helps on the small gold, but as soon as it loads up, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't take much to load it up. I mean, maybe on a really big Highbanker or something, big 12-inch, I guess you could run more material. It won't load up as fast, but on something small like what I'm running, a couple of shovelfuls and it's loaded, and you're constantly trying to clean out. To have a riffle system that you don't have to do any kind of tricks to, and it just absolutely smashes the material, and very forgiving too. All right, we'll dry it out now and see what we got. All right. Oh, God. There's still gold in that. So fine, guys. Let's get away in. I don't want to keep you guys in suspense too long. We'll see what happens. We'll get it weighed up. We'll see what we got. I don't think we're half a gram to it. Definitely quarter. I think we're quarter, and if it's quarter, that's really nice. Ready. Cooking in Brooklyn.
Half a gram, yeah. That 0.66 would be. We need about twice that, I think, toots. We do have some chunkies in here, though.
It'll make up for it, but a lot of fine. A lot of fine. All right. Turning it on. We're zeroed out. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Almost a half a gram, 0.47. Wow. That's way better than I was expecting. I was hoping for 0.2, but to get 0.47, wow. That's doubling what we've been taking normally. 0.46. Yeah. Yeah, that's almost half a gram right there. That's over double than, because normally we get 0.1, 0.12, but to get 0.4, 0.45, almost a half a gram, 0.46. Yeah, that's awesome, guys. That's real awesome. I'm real happy with that. Wow. Breaking records, but look at pieces are in that. Yeah, all right. Well, breaking records for sure. I appreciate you guys, all you guys hanging out with us. Oh my God, 26 people in here. That's awesome. Of course, you know, you got can't be without this crazy train over here. She was working with me up in Knoxville. She's puckered out. But yeah, well, almost half a gram, guys. That's really good, really good. Can't wait to get back out there with that new Highbanker with the V Ridge. But what I like about it too is problem with it. I mean, you could see the difference in the box sizes between how big this is compared to the Mini Monster. But the problem with the Mini Monster too is that rocks get hung up in this middle section right here all the time, and this is open. So, oh yeah, for sure. And definitely, you know, we still got King of the Hill. We still, you know, the Recon is still King of the Hill for unpowered stuff. Still King of the Hill. But the V Ridge matte. The V Ridge, what I like about it is the reason why it was designed the way it was, not the matte, but I have the 6-inch sluice behind here. So the matte goes in there in my 6-inch,
or I can run it in the Highbanker and not have to have separate mats, which is really cool. But yeah, for sure. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Almost, what, an hour and a half. But yeah, we're definitely going to be going back out there. We're going to cut into that new bank. Oh yeah, for sure, Aurora, absolutely. Yeah, that mine site, nobody's touched it since it closed down except for me. And yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, love you too, Melise. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.